Narcissists. The narcissist gains your trust. And they always betray it. And they act like they never did anything wrong. In a pathetic attempt to keep your trust. They will use every excuse in the book. It never happened. It was not them. You are crazy. Blah, blah blah. All lies, as usual. You will find that most of the things narcissists say are complete lies. So, that's why it's a good idea to trust nothing that they say. If you are meeting a narcissist for the first time, or if they are trying to get you back, they will try their best to gain your trust. By lying, as usual. Because if they told the truth you would never trust them. If they are trying to get you back, they will say they did nothing, minimize it, or give some fake apology. Gain your trust. Lie some more. Talk and say nothing. Say complete garbage. Something they're very good at. Get you familiar with them. Create some fake good memories to drown out all the real memories of all the times they have betrayed your trust, taken advantage of your trusting nature and abused you. Wash over this. A good little brainwashing. What if you are meeting a narcissist for the first time? If you notice all the signs right away, they are obviously an evil person. Then you would have to be pretty stupid to trust them. But the covert narcissist. They gain your trust. It could be for a long time. Days, weeks, months, years. It could even be decades. Yes, you should not be paranoid. I am not saying that. I guess you should always have a backup plan. And do let the red flags of narcissists slip by you. The signs that they are evil. If they say that they did something horrible to someone that did not deserve it, and they act like they did, that's a red flag. If there are people trying to warn you about them, that's a red flag. If they express their support or membership of any evil ideologies, the worst possibly being black magic and Satanism, whether you believe in them or not, they are obviously evil people. Even if they say it as a joke, that is a sign. You should also keep in mind that you should never trust anyone 100%. I guess you cannot even trust yourself fully, since you have had so much conditioning, brainwashing over your life, whether you realize it or not. But you should trust yourself more than anyone else, unless you are sure they are more knowledgeable about a field than you. And recognize biases. Recognize selfishness. Even if someone is a little bit toxic, they could turn. If you present them an opportunity to do evil on a silver platter, they could take it, and use twisted logic to justify it. These people look out for themselves. Whether they be family, or whoever, they care about themselves. They could bring you down without even knowing it. So remember to recognize biases, and try not to let charm block you from seeing it. You should only trust yourself. And if you learn to heal from your traumas, it would help a lot, compared to doing nothing, and sabotaging yourself. Reliving these traumas. You can trust yourself. The exception would be if you are hallucinating 24/7. And the funny thing would be if that was true, you would still be saner than the narcissist. These are the ones to never, ever trust. Always remember that most of the things they say are probably complete lies. They could change it up to throw you off, but that's true most of the time. You will always have your best interests. The narcissist has the complete opposite. They are hell-bent on destroying you. At every cost. They hate you. They hate you, no matter what they say. Remember, these people are liars. If they told the truth it would be so easy. But they don't. So you have to be smart about it. Do not forget the truth. You can never trust narcissists stealing our idea. You trying to take on our lifestyle. But if we have a healthy lifestyle, then the narcissist will fail. Because they are pathetic people stuck in the moment and addicted to narcissistic supply. What they do only serves them in the short term of fulfilling their desire to feed on the suffering of others. They cannot improve because their ego prevents it. So they only get worse. In a never-ending spiral into darkness. Narcissists try and pretend that they are you. They pretend they are the good guys in their magical fantasy tale that they weave. That couldn't be further from reality. They are the heroes of their fiction story. They pretend they are like you. Not only do they copy how other empaths act in order to trick you, but they copy how you act to try and pretend they are like you, and to also try to trick you into finding commonality. They also trick others that they are the good ones.
Hello, this is Dr. Linda Martinez-Louis. I want to speak with you today about narcissists, masters of the art of lying. Narcissists lie constantly. It is the air they breathe. They are believable with their lies. They enjoy the power they have over you when they are not telling the truth. Lying is a way to control you, to keep you guessing, to throw you off guard. This podcast refers to both male and female narcissists. Narcissists have been telling lies all of their lives. A lie is a shortcut to get what they want, whether it is an attractive man or woman, a valuable business connection, a way of taking custody away from a parent. There are so many life stories, painful ones, of narcissists that lied their way through an entire marriage and divorce, pretending all the while that they were the victims. There are women and men who have been left without the children they loved and raised from birth because their narcissistic husbands or wives plotted to wrest them away from them. He cleverly planted lies in the minds of his ex-spouse's family and friends. Many believed him. Mediators and even judges are known to make mistakes in awarding full custody to the narcissistic parent who has hired an army of legal experts to win. This narcissist doesn't really have a deep love for his or her children. They are narcissistic supplies, part of his perfect image as a great father or mother. If you suspect through your keen observation and study of the narcissistic personality that your spouse is a narcissist, act to protect yourself right now. And if you have children, to protect them as well. Do not wait for the narcissist to change. This is not going to happen. Narcissism is a fixed personality disorder. Strengthen yourself and keep your resolve. Create a plan early to free yourself from the bond of the marital relationship with the narcissist. This is a big step, but it is better to move early than it is to wait until you are so entangled with a narcissist that it becomes even more difficult to free yourself and renew the life that you deserve and that your children deserve. So keep journals, keep records. As soon as you know that your partner is a narcissist, it becomes very important to get on the offensive with this and to be very assertive. Do not share any valuable information with your narcissistic spouse at all. This is what you're doing for yourself, for your life, and if you have children, for them. Know that you can win this battle, that you can be free to lead the life that you deserve, and that at some other point in your life you will find another partner perhaps who is not a narcissist whom you can trust. But in the meantime, you need to know that you can recover and restore the true self inside of you. The narcissist has put you through lying, deceit, manipulation, and exploitation into the fight or flight part of the nervous system, where you're constantly on edge, constantly traumatized, constantly controlled, manipulated, and flipped all over the place psychologically. What you want to do with your life is to shift that into feelings of safety, security, and being protected. And that is the calming, restorative part of you that is deep inside. You are entitled to lead a very good life. So begin now. And you can do practices like guided meditation, for some yoga, very simple, basic yoga is excellent. And others, the ancient art of acupuncture is a practice that is very valuable in helping the patient to get into a calmer, much calmer state.
Wrong.
And
the only things they do wrong are not abusing you enough, not manipulating you enough, and letting you slip from their grasp. But abusing you, there is nothing wrong with that. Destroying your life, that is fine. But you do the tiniest, most insignificant thing. You are the most horrible person on planet Earth. They will be furious. You will never hear the end of it. But if the narcissist does something wrong, they didn't do it. They have an excuse. They have an excuse for why they did do it. They downplay it. But if you just breathe near them, you are the most horrible person on earth. The narcissist does nothing wrong. You do everything wrong. It was not their fault. It was yours. By the butterfly effect. Even if you were on the other side of the world, you breathing caused a tornado that picked up the narcissist and caused them to wreak so much destruction. How horrible you are. You should just stop breathing. You cause all these problems, but the narcissist has a solution. Be their literal slave, and they will be nice enough to teach you the ways of the narcissist. Teach you how to be a good little sheep, being fed to the wolf, where you will be abused and abused. You will be blamed for everything. Absolutely everything. The narcissist never does anything wrong, and even if you have solid evidence and shove it right in their face, they will spit at it. They will shut their eyes. If you try to tell them, they will screech na 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 to block out your words until your ears burn. Or if you tell them and they hear it, they will get furious.
So,
how dare you challenge your God?
Everything that the narcissist is accusing you of, they are doing to you. For example, if they say, "You're cheating on me," hello, it means they're cheating on you. If they say, "Hey, you've been reading my text messages," it means they've been reading your text messages. It's a total giveaway. So, the second way that they tell on themselves is when they have procured a new source of supply, they get jacked up. They love new narcissistic supply because it's fresh and new and exciting like a shiny new toy. So the problem for them is if the new narcissistic supply is someone they're cheating with or they want to cheat with, they can't come home and say, "Hey, I met this new guy Tom at work. He's a super cool guy. We had this great conversation." So what they do is they come home and they just out of the blue will start talking about a new subject that is pretty unusual for them. Or they'll start talking about a conversation that they've had with someone, but they're leaving the part out about who they had the conversation with. And you'll pick up on that pretty quickly. Because when you ask, "Well, who did you have that conversation with?" they will respond in one of two ways. The first will be, "I don't know, I can't remember," and they'll change the subject immediately. That is a dead giveaway, because I'm sorry, if the conversation, sorry about that, I thought someone was knocking on the door. If the conversation was so interesting that you're talking about it now, you're telling me you can't remember who you had that conversation with. Total bullshit. The second way they will lie is when you ask them, "Who did you have that conversation with?" they will answer very quickly. They'll say, "Tom, and he had a purple jacket on with orange polka dots, and he was eating 2 cheeseburgers at once, and then he offered me some juicy fruit gum." Okay, very bizarre, right? But this is very typical of narcissists. When they're lying, they will go into all kinds of detail, unnecessary details that are incredibly bizarre. That is a huge giveaway. When someone is taking 10 minutes to answer the question, "Who are you having that conversation with?" Huge red flag. In fact, it's one of my favorites to hear from the narcissist because I know what they're doing and it's so ridiculous. So, if there's a toxic person in your life and you suspect that they're doing something shady, it's really easy to figure out what it is because it's what they're talking about. It comes right out of their mouth. They cannot keep it in because new narcissistic supply is, they are stoned on it. They are literally high, like they just did drugs. And they're all pumped up and they can't not talk about it. They have to. Because when they come home and they talk about it, it's extending the high off of the new supply. That's the other reason that they keep talking about it with you and neighbors and family members and blah, blah, blah. So look out for that. And as always, stay strong and get toxic people out of your life. See you later.